EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Cousins gives way to Cook. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 67 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Switch. Hey, 59. Kill.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
I smell fear in that offense. Mike 54. Mike 54. 59. Pick it up.
From the gun, here's Watson. And Stills bringing it in. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Brent, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well.
Set. Right here, Put it down, 54. Okay, double up. Check 50, check 50. Check 2 points down, he's coming. Shoot.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
No. Tighten up. Check 31.
From the 22, Watson. That's going to be caught. The end result, 21 yards. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Check. Crunch. Alert. No. Why? 24. Kill. Switch.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and goal, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's the
mark.
highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They start the drive with Cook. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. On third down, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on fourth down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Whitney merciless, barreling in for the sack.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. Room here to run. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. On 2nd down, here's Miller. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
And Diggs has it. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Lets it fly for Thielen. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even 1st half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Throwing again is Watson. Open man, the tight end fells. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. From the 44, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On 1st and 10, Watson is going to float this over the middle deep. And it'll be intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. Trying to get it that time to Stills.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. On the return, Carter. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Miller. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Miller. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
That's good.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
It's now 3rd down. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54. SOS. Mike 59. SOS.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
It's 4th down.
59. Mike 54. Watch the run. 54. Alert. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 54. Mike 54. Mike 55.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Fourth down, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember
under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Everson Griffin able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson flushed out right. He'll run it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. 25 yards for the touchdown, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
That ties the game at 17.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Good route here.
Cousins to throw. Little pitch and catch here to Rudolph. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Hey, Orbit.
My 55, my 55. Hey, eat.
Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. That catch good for 5. It's third down. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
Cousins over the middle here to Rudolph. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here's Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Cousins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. Off the play fake, Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Here comes Carter. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Motion.
Watson now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw, Cousins. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, 2nd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal.
49, check 49. Check your hot read. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Hey, 59. Watch the safety creep.
Here's Miller. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And he got it! The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance out field goals from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that.